Hi everyone, this is Anu and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about LeetCode strategies. So I have received questions from many people that they are doing LeetCode but still they are not able to crack the online assessments. Well, in my experience, I solely did LeetCode. I did do CP, but along with that, I mostly did LeetCode. And I would say that I was able to crack the online assessment and coding test because I LeetCoded efficiently. Now, how do you lead code efficiently? So, a little bit about me. I have solved over 1600 questions on LeetCode and I have reached Guardian level on LeetCode. But you don't really need to solve that many questions. With the strategies and tips that I'm going to share with you, you'll be able to lead code efficiently and you'll be able to reach that level only with a limited number of questions. So, that being said, let's get into the video. So, the first tip of the five tips that I'm going to be sharing with you is that if you are a beginner on LeetCode, so if you have never LeetCoded previously and you're just starting your journey on LeetCode, then what I would suggest is that you start with the LeetCode 75 or LeetCode 150 list. So these two lists, these are comprehensive lists, and in these two lists, you will get questions ranging from arrays to queues to strings, dynamic programming, graphs, and everything. And if you are a beginner, then you might feel intimidated by the number of questions that are on LeetCode. So there are over 3,000 questions, and the first time that you enter the site, you might be overwhelmed by the number of questions. But if you just focus on these two lists in the beginning, that is the LeetCode 75 and the LeetCode 150, then you'll be able to maintain consistency and you will be able to follow along with the list without being intimidated by the number of questions that are there. So even if there are new questions coming in from the contest or if LeetCode keeps adding the questions, you just have to focus on the LeetCode 75 and LeetCode 150 list. And in these two lists, you have topics from like all the major topics that are covered that you need in your interviews or in your online assessments. Coming on to the second tip, when you are solving these particular interview questions, then you will most probably get stuck, right? Because when you're solving any question for the first time, it's always possible that you'll get stuck and you don't know how to proceed. So during this time, I want you to think about a couple of things about the problem that might help you to get towards the solution. So the first thing that you have to look at is what are the constraints of the problem. So when you look at the constraints of the problem, you might be able to eliminate a lot of the approaches. And this is a technique that I have used and many of the programmers that I know have used as well. Looking at the constraint always gives you an idea about the kind of solution that is expected from you, and basis of that you can eliminate a lot of possibilities, right? So if the constraints are like 10 to the power 5 or 10 to the power 6, then it's pretty clear that any exponential solution or any quadratic solution will not work, and you'll probably need a solution that works in linear time or n log n time. So as you can see, according to the table here, according to the size of n, you can probably eliminate a lot of the topics, a lot of the algorithms. And this is a list that I followed as well. So whenever you look at the constraints of n, you will be able to eliminate a lot of approaches on the size of n. Now, even if you're not able to solve the question after this, what you have to think about is what is the question asking from you. So, if it's asking the maximum or minimum, or what is it that it is asking from you? And then what you have to do is try taking a smaller version of the problem. So, try to reduce the size of the problem and think about what will happen if I just have one element, right? So, if there is an array of elements, don't try to think about the whole array at first, just think about what will happen for the one thing, right? And in this way what you can do is you can think about the smaller test cases and then you can derive the solution for the bigger test cases as well. Now, if that is done and you're still not able to solve the problem, what I would suggest is the maximum time limit that you give to yourself should be 25 minutes for a medium level problem and 35 minutes for a hard level problem. And even after this, if you are not able to solve the problem, right? So during these 25 minutes and 35 minutes, I want you to actively think about the problem. So think about what the question is asking for you, and again, look at the constraints, try taking smaller test cases. But even after this, if you're not able to solve the problem, then don't feel guilty about it and you can move on to the solution. Now, going on to the solution on LeetCode, you can go to the discuss section as well. And in the discuss section, you will see that the top rated posts and the posts which have the most votes, they generally do have a very detailed explanation. So try to go through the explanation, see what key points you were missing. And if there was a topic that you haven't done before, then we will come on to that later. But then what I want you to do is that basically look at the discuss section, and if there is an official editorial available, look at that as well. And it's totally okay to not be able to solve problems when you're looking at them the first time. So don't feel guilty about it. Instead, try to learn from this problem so that you can solve similar problems when they come up in future. So, coming on to the third tip that I would want to give is that maintain consistency. And maintaining consistency is super important. That is how you will stay on track, and you will also not forget the previous questions that you solved. And basically, you will keep learning, and your learning curve will keep growing. And now coming on to how do you maintain consistency? And I know that many people find this to be the toughest part of their journey. So for maintaining consistency, what you can do is that LeetCode has these daily challenges as well. So these daily challenges are like the questions mentioned here range from easy difficulty to hard difficulty. But I want you to make sure that along with the number of questions that you solve every day, okay, so I don't really believe in the number of questions that you should be solving every day, but I do believe that even if you do have a number in mind that you have to solve that many questions in a day, along with that, make it a point that you solve the LeetCode daily challenge. And when you do the LeetCode daily challenge, you can see that there is a streak as well that can be maintained. You get badges as well. So these are like added motivations for you. But the main point here is that you are able to maintain consistency. And along with the LeetCode daily challenges, what you can do is you can start giving LeetCode contests as well. And in your LeetCode profile, this really does add a lot of value. So even if you have solved a lot of questions, if you haven't really given any contests, then that really doesn't show your performance ability, right? So I would say that along with solving the questions, it's also really important that you give contests, because when you give contests, you'll be able to compete with others, and you will be able to see how you rank as compared to others. And it's not just about the rank that you get or whether you are able to reach the knight or the guardian badge, but it's all about you seeing your own performance and your own growth. And I believe that that is also something that particularly personally it did help me in maintaining consistency when I did the LeetCode daily challenges and I did LeetCode contests regularly. Now let's move on to the fourth tip. So this is the second last tip, and this follows from my previous tip. So when you are doing daily challenges and you're giving the LeetCode contest, again you will come across problems and topics that you haven't seen before. So, what do you do when you see these new topics? So, personally, what I did is that I used to see the topic that this particular question belonged to. So, as you can see, that in lead code, you will get this, you have a section under which you can see like what are the topics that are involved in this particular problem. And then what you can do is you go ahead and you search that particular topic on Google or YouTube. And what you can do is you can watch tutorials on that topic. Now, you can watch at max 2 to 3 tutorials until you understand the topic. And once you are able to understand the topic, then for that particular problem, what I want you to do is that go ahead and solve 5 to 6 problems that are solely based on that particular topic or algorithm, right? So when you solve 5 to 6 problems on that same algorithm, you will build a kind of muscle memory. And muscle memory is the kind of memory like if you're able, if when you sometime else when you get a question that is related to that algorithm, your brain will know how to solve that particular problem because you have already built that muscle memory for that particular topic, right? And this is that approach that I followed the most, and it really helped me in clearing online coding tests and even some competitions, right? Because I was able to relate a new problem to something that I previously solved, and I was able to do that because of the muscle memory that I gained while learning that particular algorithm. So every time you learn a new algorithm, it's very important that you solve 5 to 6 problems that are based just on that algorithm, so that next time you see any particular problem, you will be able to recognize, oh, okay, I solved this particular problem and it looks similar to the algorithm that I previously solved. And you will not be able to build this kind of thinking if you just randomly solve topics or randomly solve questions. But when you basically concentrate on one particular algorithm, you will be able to build that kind of thinking. So, coming on to the fifth and the final tip that I would like to give. So, when you are solving questions, right, there might be times when you are forgetting topics, right, or you're forgetting problems that you had previously solved. And at this point, you might feel frustrated that, wow, I don't even remember the questions that I previously solved. So, for this thing, what I have is a very useful tip and a useful Chrome extension which is there is LeetCode Reminder, and you can install this LeetCode extension. And I generally don't like promote any products or extensions, but this one is really useful and I feel it will be useful for you as well. So when you download this particular Chrome extension, LeetCode Reminder, it will keep giving you reminders about problems that you previously solved. And in this way you will be able to streamline your preparation, so you will be able to keep solving problems that you previously solved, and along with that you will keep learning new topics as well. So this will help you in two ways. You will keep practicing the problems, revising the problems, building again that muscle memory, and you won't even forget the topics and algorithms that you did before. So this will help you as well. And this was my fifth and final tip. So with all that, we have reached the end of the video, and if you're still here with me, do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also share it with your friends that might find it helpful. And do subscribe to my channel as it really helps me to and motivates me to keep creating content for you all. And in the end, all I would like to say is keep learning and keep growing. See you next time.